Welcome to Fantasy Plus, episode 10. We made it to 10 shows, ready for week 8. This week joined Phil Pinarski, Jack Doles. I'm Aaron Lafferty, your host. We got a lot of buys to navigate. You guys had good weeks for week 7?
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah. I actually did for a change, so it was nice to see. But again, I think we touched on it last week, but the Raiders, I knew they were going to get blown out. Did not expect it to be 31-0, but here we are. So you can't win them all, but...
Yeah, Chiefs look really good right now, don't they? Oof. Well, I would not want to face them in the playoffs, but the playoffs don't start today. We've seen teams highs and lows through a season, but Lions, Chiefs, we saw them a couple of weeks ago. We could see them again in February. What do you think?
And yes, I think you got a potential Super Bowl matchup, but definitely two teams that are going to be in the playoffs and making some hay. And the playoffs don't start for your fantasy team either. So you got time. Most leagues, the trade deadline isn't for a couple weeks, so make some moves, work the waivers. Hopefully you had one of these guys on your team, Bo Nix, in that wild Denver game where they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. Obviously, a lot of points there. He had two touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns on the ground. McCaffrey looking like McCaffrey. Jamar Chase in that Thursday night game. And then Arondé Gatson has joined the chat. And then we got a bunch of injuries, some that didn't even make this graphic. Jaden Daniels has been ruled out for this week. Sorry, not Thursday. Darren Waller is going to miss at least 4 games. Mike Evans out for at least the fantasy season. Mm-hmm. And these are new injuries. These are not, I keep putting the same, no, these are new people getting injured every week.
Yeah, I did have Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my year.
Yeah, that's how it's going.
The most underperforming team in all of fantasy sports right now. Thank you.
Well, we'll see. I mean, there's still a chance. You could play spoiler, like I was talking about last week. Just play spoiler.
Who wants to be a spoiler? You want to get in the playoffs and have a chance. Okay. And I need to pretty much win out.
I was trying to just give you something to do.
That's nice of you.
Okay.
But
right.
It's just that kind of year.
Well, hopefully you've been planning for this week. We've been warning you. Week 8, we got 6 teams on a bye. So all your Lions, your Raiders, that one of them probably wasn't even in your lineup anyways. All the Rams, couple Cardinals, all the Seahawks, and some Jaguars. None of those players are going to be starting for you this week. Or if you're playing a team, hopefully they are starting them in their lineup.
Yeah. I haven't looked too far ahead. This is probably the big week for buys.
Yes, this is the biggest one.
Yeah. I mean, just as far as the talent goes, too. The amount of guys, the big names that a lot of teams are kind of relying on right now, all out this week. I mean, I hope you were hitting the waiver wire weeks ago, because if you're scrambling kind of just hours before Thursday Night Football, I mean, you might be in a tough spot.
It's also a good weekend to scour the waiver wire to see all these guys that were dropped to make room on a roster.
Also true.
I'll be doing a lot of that.
That's what I was about to say, yeah. see who was dropped while people are picking up somebody for this week. People are, giving up on players. Maybe they'll go right into your lineup for week 8. So everybody's aware this is the one. 6 teams on a bye, but we do have other weeks where there's 4 teams on a bye. We've got several of those weeks. So plan ahead. Hopefully you've made some adjustments and are ready for what's next. Scott Larson is in the tracking center. He's got a look at how bye weeks and the fall weather might be impacting your week.
In putting together your fantasy rosters this week, probably one of the first things that you'll notice is that a lot of teams have their bye. That includes the Lions, the Raiders, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the Jaguars. So in all likelihood, you're going to have to shuffle around some of your position players as we continue through this week. And a couple of those players to watch will be in the Thursday night matchup from the Vikings against the Chargers. That'll take place in SoFi Stadium, so the weather isn't expected to be a factor there. Will Reichard coming off of a 5 field goal made performance as the Vikings were able to take on the Eagles last week. Having a difficult time putting the ball in the end zone with Carson Wentz at quarterback currently. Justin Herbert probably isn't available in most leagues, but keep an eye out for Owen Gadsden. He is coming off of a huge performance in last week's game. Taking a look at some of the weather conditions for those afternoon matchups on Sunday. Expecting to have some cooler fall time weather. Fortunately, it appears that rain is not going to be a factor or snow in any of these games, as temperatures are going to be under 70 degrees at kickoff for all of them. We're going to be capping off Sunday night with the Packers facing off against Aaron Rodgers as he goes up against his old team, with temperatures in the upper 40s at kickoff there in Pittsburgh. We also have the Commanders facing off against the Chiefs. Temperature of 57 degrees, mostly cloudy, a small chance of a shower in KC.
All right, thanks, Scott. And it's Aronde Gadsden is the big name of that tight end for the Chargers. He's new. That's okay. Thursday night, here we go. Vikings, Chargers, two teams that have had some ups and downs this season. Jack, Phil, anybody you're definitely starting this week?
The only guy I am starting, and it is more so just because he's had a really solid year, is Justin Herbert. I mean, he's been my quarterback all year long. I mean, he's bringing me in at least 20, 25 points every single game. I don't know if he'll hit that. I mean, Minnesota's defense is, they've shown some flashes during the season, some really tough defense. They're kind of relying on that right now while the offense kind of gets back together. I'm sticking with Justin Herbert, though. I still think he's going to put up a couple of big numbers. Again, I don't know anybody on the Minnesota side. It's always just tough to tell depending on who they're putting out under center, as far as like getting Justin Jefferson involved and getting him some more points. The running back situation for the Chargers, another thing, just with all the injuries that they're dealing with right now. As far as that goes, I don't know if there's anybody I'm definitely looking at starting.
Yeah, injuries have decimated that line, so that has made their running backs less efficient. I do have Ladd McConkey, so I'm going to keep sticking with him because I don't have many other better options. He hasn't had the greatest year, but he is coming off one of his better games. So, I'll keep riding Ladd McConkey.
Let's take a look at the rest of the schedule for Week 8. Again, those 6 teams on a bye in the bottom right-hand corner. No international games this week, guys, so that's good. We got 2 weeks with no international games, so no early Sunday morning check your roster.
But didn't you kind of like waking up at 8 in the morning to watch some football on Sunday?
I'm an early riser, so I was already up, but yes.
I know I'm not going to watch Jets Bengals.
Right.
I hope they don't try to force feed that in this market. I can't imagine they would.
No.
Dolphins Atlanta, that's a stinker. Cleveland New England. What is up? Is New England's 5-2?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm buying them yet, but yeah.
That's a definite test against the Browns. The Browns defense, at least.
Yeah, the Browns
is a test.
defense. Eagles Giants, I get the feeling the Eagles will be pretty hyped up for that. Buffalo Carolina. Buffalo needs a win right now. They have to go on the road and they need to win because they've lost 2 in a row. But they're coming off a bye, right? So they'll be. I like Buffalo in that one. The Bears, under the previous regimes, I would have bet the house that the Bears would lose this week. But Baltimore's a mess. They took away their ping pong table, and the Bears are playing really well under Ben Johnson. And they are forcing turnovers at a crazy rate. They're not very good without Lamar.
Yeah.
And he needs to be 100%. What's up with Houston?
They've got a good defense, I can tell you from personal experience.
Yeah.
I'm watching that game Sunday night, late Monday night, early Tuesday morning.
They do. I mean, there's a lot of really good personnel there, but for some reason, it's just not.
Their offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, it's just not working.
Yeah.
I expect Dallas is fool's gold to me. Maybe they prove us wrong, but at Denver, I don't see a win there for them.
Yep.
I expect Tampa to bounce back. Colts. Best record in the NFL right now.
Yep.
Love the Sunday night game with Green Bay and Pittsburgh, and Aaron Rodgers gets the. It's too bad that game's not in Green Bay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's where they should have placed that one.
Yep.
And then Kansas City, Washington on Monday night. I think KC rolls in that one. Washington's a mess, and they're going to I think they're going to spiral in the wrong direction.
Yeah, and Jaden's been ruled out for that game already.
Yeah.
So
No chance.
yeah. Phil, any thoughts fantasy-wise or otherwise?
Fantasy-wise, definitely am looking at the Philadelphia Giants game. just because I think we all remember what happened just a couple weeks ago when New York was able to kind of put the beat down on Philadelphia. I think they definitely bounced back. They looked great last week with Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. I think they kind of go back that way. I had Devontae Smith on my bench, not doing that again this week. I think he's going to have another really big week. Rico Dowdle and kind of the running back group for Carolina, I'm interested in that Buffalo game, because that is one thing that has kind of hurt Buffalo in recent weeks is that defense. You know, people are running on them, people are throwing the ball on them. Yep. So that's another game. I think if you still have hung on to Rico Dowdle, I think you play him again this week. And again, that Bears and Ravens game, I think if Lamar plays, it's a different game. But again, you still want to start your Chicago Bears against that dreadful Baltimore defense.
It's bad. It's bad. The Bears receivers, DeAndre Swift's had a pretty nice year. So I definitely keep riding DeAndre.
Yeah. And I think after what you saw with Joe Flacco on Thursday night and kind of him having a much better connection than Jake Browning did with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and that offense just looked a lot better against a pretty solid Pittsburgh defense too. I think they're going to explode for points against the Jets.
Yeah, I think Jamar Chase now, I think it's been established that he is the guy that you would have wanted to have taken with the first pick in the draft with Joe Flacco in there because the extraordinary number of targets for him in that last game. And since Flacco's come in, Chase has become the guy everybody fears again.
Right.
And I have it written down here somewhere, Jack. You picked up Joe Flacco in a league.
I did. Yeah, I kind of needed to because my quarterback stunk, and he was the best option on waivers.
And it's the bye week.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we can say it enough, but
this would be a great week to have Atlanta's defense because I think Miami has quit on their coach. I think they're doing everything in their power now to get that man fired. The way they're playing, it looks that way.
Yeah, the Falcons' defense looked great last week. Gavin picked them up in our league.
Yeah, so this would be a great week to have Atlanta's defense.
And play your Broncos against that Dallas team. Dallas has been in a lot of shootouts. Denver's defense, last week gave up points to the Giants. So
and what a weird game that was. I mean,
it was
that
amazing.
Fourth quarter was incredible.
It was amazing.
33 points and a half is a lot. 33 points in a quarter.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, so I believe it was second most.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break unless you guys have anything else to add on the Week 8 slate of games.
No, it's a decent slate.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to check out Survivor Pool. 3 people entered the week. We'll tell you if 3 people remain. And then we'll do a plus and minus, a rapid fire plus minus like you've never seen before, and more when we come back. Welcome back to Fantasy Plus. It's episode 10. We made it to double digits. Survivor Pool. Got this one. Felt good about it going into the week. Came out with the 31-13 win.
Real aggressive pick by you, Andy.
I know. I didn't really go out on a limb too much, but I don't normally take the visiting team. So that was the only real nervousness for me. But very well, they went in there and took care of business. Jack and Alec picked the Chiefs together.
All right.
I know we lose any sleep at any point in that day.
We don't have to spend a lot of time on this graphic. I know, Phil. I understand.
Yeah. I thought I mentioned it early enough. I figured that would be enough talk about it.
Yeah, they're all
they still have the best rate. I love the logo and I love the uniforms. The team, not so much.
Yeah, it's perfect for Halloween. We got the best costumes.
I still like their coach.
Yeah.
They've changed the culture there, so that's good.
So from bad to worse.
This list keeps getting longer. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit this on the page if we keep making the picks correctly.
Yeah.
So there you see, you and Alec have been on the same page for most weeks. I'm going to reveal my pick for Week 8 right now. I'm taking the Chiefs against the Commanders. I made that pick before I knew Jaden Daniels was out, and I feel even better about it now. So Chiefs, Commanders... looking really quick. I don't see it.
I like the pick. It's still kind of gutsy.
Yeah, they've got the Chiefs 12.5-point favorites right now.
Wow.
So,
but if Daniels is out.
Yeah.
forget about it.
I think it was 7.5, and I think it jumped with Daniels being
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, and it's at home at Arrowhead.
And it's at home, Arrowhead, yeah. They're coming off big wins. They got Rashee Rice back. There's another team with a better favorite this week on the line. Let's take a look at Jack's pick. Falcons over the Dolphins. That's what you're hoping for.
The Dolphins have quit.
Yeah,
I
I agree. Yeah, 7.5 point favorites the Falcons are at this point as we
Falcons.
tape this.
They've shown they can play. They've
Yeah.
shown they can be pretty
Right.
good. They've also shown they can not be that good. I just think this week they'll be just fine.
As long as Penix is healthy, I think they'll be
Well,
just
if
fine.
Penix doesn't play, Kirk Cousins comes in.
Yeah.
And I really think
That's true. Look, I
Cousins
set you up
just-
for Kirk Cousins again.
he's just waiting for an opportunity.
There you go.
And I think when he gets that opportunity, we're going to see the Kirk Cousins that I think is a well-respected quarterback in the league. And with some of those weapons they have there, I really think he can make that offense move. I think he's healthy again. I think as soon as he gets an opportunity, I think he'll flourish. Whether he gets it this year or not depends on Penix's health or if somebody wants to pick up the remainder of that contract and make a trade for him.
And he's had time to heal up, so
Yeah.
hopefully he's ready to go. So Alec is taking the Colts. They're a 14.5 point favorite.
That was the team I had last week.
Right.
So he's following me.
Yeah.
But that's a really good pick because the Titans are awful. And the Colts right now, best record in the NFL. It's kind of nice when you can get a little softball tossed to you in week 8.
Yeah.
And you're still going in the Survivor League and you can be totally comfortable with that pick.
And one thing about Indianapolis is that, a lot of the times, still kind of not even halfway through the season, teams will be the top teams in the league with the best record. Sometimes they may be, it's fool's gold. You don't really think that they are the best team in the league. Indianapolis has looked like the best team in the NFL, at least one of the best teams in the NFL. The record really does kind of reflect how good they are this year.
Yeah, they've been crushing teams.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for something to happen here and they come back to earth a little bit. Can't wait to see them. When do they play the Chiefs? Do they play the Chiefs? Love to see that game.
Okay, it's time for plus or minus. This is going to be a new, improved, wild, crazy, rapid fire, kind of like that Broncos-Giants game. All right. Got your paddles ready. So these are players playing this week, so they're not on a bye, and they're not a top 10 player. So not your top picks and top performers. Would you play them? All right, running backs, plus or minus. Rico Dowdle. DeAndre Swift. Quinshon Judkins. Saquon Barkley. Okay. J.K. Dobbins. See where it changes, okay? We'll drop off there. Kind of, okay, on the
yeah.
fence. Derrick Henry, not a top 10 player. He's back from bye.
I think he's going to
Yeah,
find it
I
again.
don't
Okay.
think.
Brees Hall. Jets. Okay. Jordan Mason on my team in this league. Okay. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt for the Washington Commanders. Against the Chiefs, yep. Okay. Rashad White for the Bucks.
They're taking on the Saints.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Tony Pollard, Tennessee, taking on the Colts. Okay. Jalen Warren, Steelers.
Who are they playing again?
The Packers.
Packers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Green Bay's run defense.
It
Okay.
kind of depends
On the edge. Yep.
who's on your roster.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Alvin Kamara. And last running back, Ramondre Stevenson. New England taking on the Browns. Does that
Oh,
change?
no. Yeah, the Browns.
Okay. All right. Wide receivers. Phil. I think he's on your team. Devonta Smith.
Big time plus
Let
on
me go
that.
to the 2 box. Okay. Quentin Johnston for the Chargers. Yeah.
Incredibly talented
Yeah.
guy, but he gives you a couple of good games a year, it seems.
And he already kind of had those good games
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Chris Olave against the Bucks.
Yeah. They got to throw it to somebody, right?
Yeah.
Trey Tucker for the Raiders.
Can I have 2 paddles?
Okay, we go from a Raider to a Bear. Roma Dunze.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's due. He's due. I'd play him for sure.
Against that Baltimore defense. Justin Jefferson.
Always.
Yeah.
Always
He's not
right.
a top 10 receiver.
No,
right
he's
now.
not right now. He's outside the top 10
That's insane.
in fantasy points. Drake London, also outside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, he's another guy that he's due a big day.
Yeah.
Okay. DK Metcalf against the Packers.
I think they're going to be struggling, honestly. I really do think Green Bay is going to... You're not going to see Aaron Rodgers do what he did against Cincinnati, I don't think.
Yeah, he might, but I'm not a huge DK believer at this point in his career.
Sure.
But he still can bust out if they throw to him in the red zone. But he's really Rodgers is really depending on those tight ends right now,
Absolutely.
and it's working.
All 3 tight ends.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson for the Giants. Sorry, Jalen Waddle for the Dolphins. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
AJ Brown for the Eagles, also outside the top 10 fantasy points. I mean, you can't, right?
Yeah. Kind of in the same vein, it's about time.
Right.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
Hollywood Brown for the Chiefs.
I just don't think there's enough balls for Hollywood
Yeah.
anymore.
Too many mouths to feed.
Yep.
Keyshawn Booty. Patriots.
Yep. Starting to come around a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay. Jack, this one's for you. Lad McConkey. And for me, Tedero McMillan on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay, quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers.
I would love to see it. I think it'd be awesome
Playing
if he
his whole
pulled off the
team.
upset, but yeah.
This week I'll give it to him because
The motivation.
he's a guy that, when he was the owner of the Chicago Bears, always seemed to play well again.
Yeah.
There's certain stages where he seems to come up big, and it feels like that'll be a game he's really focused on this week.
Caleb Williams, how about there?
Against Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still makes a lot of mistakes, but something's happening.
Yeah. Jordan Love against the Steelers.
Can I go down
Yep.
the middle?
We've established you can
Yeah.
go. You can go half.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud against the 49ers.
Not against them.
No.
Spencer Rattler against Tampa Bay Bucks.
Plays for the Saints.
Yeah. Tua against the Falcons.
Let's do that
I'll
again.
do that.
And then as we refocus, Jackson Dart against the Eagles.
Not this week.
Yeah.
Okay. That was also a personal question. And how about Mac Jones against Mac Jones or Purdy, whoever plays against the Texans?
No, I like Houston's defense a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think McCaffrey gets a few touches this week.
And then Joe Flacco against the former team.
Let's go with Joe today.
We got
Yeah.
2 former team guys. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with an update on the league and an update on the show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fantasy Plus. We're in the last segment. We get to talk about our league here, the work league. Things are changing. I'm just going to follow what I told you to do last week. Is just play spoiler. There you go, Cam. I shocked you. I got 129 points. I'm just going to play spoiler. I'm the 2-5 team now. I'm coming for you. Dan Nichols gets back on the win column
God.
with another big week.
147 points from Dan.
And then, Jack, you had to lose to the former champ.
It's just been a rough season. I was impacted by the bye week more last week than I am this week in
Right.
this league.
Right. Yeah. When Ferguson is your top scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bijan, the number 1 overall pick. I haven't had a week with him. One good week with him, really. One extraordinary week. And the rest has been solid, but not what you want from the overall number 1 pick. So it's starting to feel like I got that one wrong.
Yeah. In this league, it's tough to win if you don't score 100 points.
Yeah.
Phil scored 100 points.
Barely.
And he beat Laney. Laney, who was on a roll.
Yeah. And I said I had Devontae Smith in my bench, and before the Sunday night games, I was a little worried. I was thinking I just blew it, honestly, but thankfully, still got a win out of it.
Yeah.
Look at Alex week there,
Yeah.
76 points, bringing up the rear in the league.
He doesn't have the honeymoon excuse this time.
Exactly.
They looked like the Iowa offense.
Not enjoying that. Matt gets back on the win column with a tough shootout with the boss. So Matt's back to 5-2. He jumps back into first place. Speaking of first place, there he is. And then Dan Nichols, first place in the East.
Yeah, I think my playoff hopes are slim.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get back to 500. I think if I can end the year at 500, maybe sneak into the playoffs, but baby steps. I think I was 1-3 to start the year,
Yeah.
so kind of bouncing back a little bit.
These are the weeks that you can make some moves and jump other players that between injuries. There's a lot of injuries we talked about at the top of the show, and buys.
In all my years playing fantasy football, I have never had a 1-6 team. I don't think I've been anywhere near 1-6. It's confounding.
This is historical. You're watching history, folks. I get to take on Matt, who jumped back to the first place. So watch out, Matt. I'm coming for you with my bye-week team. Dan and Cam. Cam's looking to bounce back. Jack, you got to play. You get to play Gavin this week.
So, question for you. So
Gavin,
I've got
you just
I've got Allen coming back, Josh Allen coming back from bye week, but Love takes on Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Who would you play?
I would play Allen because of the running,
And you're going up against
They're
Carolina.
playing Carolina.
Yeah.
even though they're on the road.
Carolina's defense has been better.
They're pretty good. I'm not saying it's
Pittsburgh's
an easy,
defense has just been awful.
Yeah.
So, still weighing that one over, but I'll take your advice into play here. But I really, Buffalo needs this badly.
Yeah,
as we said earlier in the show, if they fall to 4-3, we're going to be talking about a coach on the hot seat pretty soon.
Yeah. And then the rest of week 8, Phil taking on the former champ.
Yep.
Looks like you've got Herbert and Lamb back together.
I'd say I'd be excited obviously we want to see Lamar play, but like if he were to, just take an extra week off, that'd be great. But also, I don't know what Jackson Dart's going to do. I
Right.
feel like he's either scoring 40 points or he's scoring 9 points. So,
I hope so in my other league because
Yeah.
Bryce Young was my other quarterback in that
Right.
league. So.
I will say if Dart and Scadaboo have big weeks this week on the road at Philadelphia, in a game where Philadelphia is going to be pretty inspired, that'll say a lot about these two young guys. I don't see it happening again, but I didn't see this happening in the first place.
right.
So we'll see what happens.
Then Laney and Brian, and then Alec plays the boss. We'll see how that one shakes out. All of these little projected totals were before people adjusted for bye week. So some of those totals are very low because there's bye week players in there. So this week we're not going to do an overtime question. We're going to the show is going to go on pause for a couple weeks. We've got staffing challenges. We've got content challenges. So we're going to take a couple weeks, at least 2 weeks, and just play catch up on other things. And, this is for health and wellness of everyone involved. There's a lot that goes into putting the show together. It's not just us talking. There's graphics and video and photos, and from Scott and Blake doing weather to Jack, Phil, and Alec joining me. And there's just a lot of time involved in that. So we're just going to take a break for at least 2 weeks and come back and see how things go. And we might show up on the Daily 8. We'll see in future weeks. That's always an option. So keep an eye on Fantasy FB Plus on Twitter. We'll have updates for you there. And we'll go from there. We're going to take a little break. But we appreciate everyone that's watched this show from the beginning. I appreciate Jack and Phil and Alec for joining me every week, and hopefully we'll see you in a few weeks. Thanks for watching. Good luck this week.